We are Sex Bomb, and we're here to talk about Scott Pilgrim on a podcast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mac and cheese next. When your weekend's spin up and Monday's coming down the pike, sometimes all you need is a little comfort to get you through to Monday. Mac and Cheese Movies. We believe in comfort food and comfort movies. Hello, welcome to Mac and Cheese Movies. I'm Scotty Coppage, and he's got some battle scars, dude, and women dying at his feet. Ben Rimmert.
No one's dying at my feet.
The talent, Joel Estes.
It speaks for itself sometimes.
And he has the capacity to geek, James Rumfeld.
That is true. I do. I have the capacity to geek.
Fucking nerd.
In honor of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, our comfort food for this episode is garlic bread. What did we do, Joel, to have this awesome yellow garlic bread?
Yeah, it was wonderful. Really, I just took the really, I like to get the frozen garlic breads, but what I wanted to do that, but like kick it up a little bit. So I went and got some Kerrygold butter, made a compound butter out of it. I used fresh garlic, fresh parsley, fresh grated Parmesan Reggiano.
Salt.
And I finished it with some Maldon salt and some parsley afterwards. But I used granulated garlic, some Trader Joe's seasonings. Actually, I got to pull some of them shits out.
Trader Joe has
it's crazy.
Dude. Yeah.
We went to one a while back and I loaded up, dude. I got to use two of them. There's one that's called aglio de olio, but it's like garlicky and spicy. It's like a souped up like Italian, seasoning, I guess. And I threw that in there and some Italian sofrito. And I made it yellow using turmeric, just so it would come out looking like, the frozen garlic bread.
Yeah.
And whipped all that up and smeared it all out and finished it with fresh parsley and some Maldon salt. And there you go.
Wash it down with some Coke Zero.
Yep.
Start to finish, how long did this take?
It took me about 10 minutes to make the compound butter.
This guy.
Baked it at 350 for about, I think it was kind of crowded in there, so it was about 12 or 13 minutes to get it just right.
Okay.
Convection.
Yeah, there you go.
That's an easy dinner meal, guys. Half hour.
It was
pretty easy.
It was pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's it.
I'd eat garlic bread every day if I could.
Mm-hmm.
Except you get fat.
Garlic bread makes you fat?
Yeah, that's...
Bread makes you fat. It's honestly my favorite food.
Okay, let's talk about our movie, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. A young man must defeat his new girlfriend's 7 evil exes, one by one, in order to win her heart. Let's do first taste. First time you saw the movie, your relationship to it. Why is it a mac and cheese movie?
I can't remember, honestly, my first time to watch it. It was one of the... I didn't give it much attention whenever it first came out for some reason. And then I stumbled upon it and kind of like picked it up through, I guess, like osmosis through one of the kids, whenever they'll be watching something. And I'll be like kind of paying attention to it. And I was like, this is kind of cool. And then one night I just sat down with it and really enjoyed it. The main thing I will always remember watching it for the first time was I showed my daughter this, my daughter Lauren. She was sick one night, and I'm like, this is right up your alley, because she was on the couch, bedridden and stuff, and it didn't feel very good. And I'm like, you're really going to like this. And I finally had her attention because she was sick, so I threw this on. She latched onto it and is taken off with it and stuff. So that's the viewing I'm always going to remember.
What a great father-daughter moment.
But yeah, it was really cool. But it's a fantastic movie, and I'm a huge Edgar Wright fan. So
Same.
I am too. I love him.
I went with Scotty's dad on opening night.
He said, what a great father-daughter moment, and I held back from saying Scotty's life is chock full of those, but I didn't.
I don't really remember. I know it was when it came out, and my audio is good enough. Probably not. And it hit a little different for me because I actually was the same age as the characters in there, and at the time I happened to be listening to like quite a bit of indie rock and stuff, so you have this mix of like music, special effects, and Canada, and it just hit all the things for me, so I really enjoyed it. But I don't remember the exact time, actually. I don't know, I was smoking a lot of pot right when I got out of the military, so that could have been a thing. Yeah.
I would have been right out of the Air Force, and I was working at GameStop part-time while I was trying to... And I was working at the fire station by then, too. But I honestly even though this has to do with so much of everything that I love, video game culture and indie rock and all that shit, and Canada, weirdly, like I always weirdly end up loving
Toronto,
Canadian
dude.
shows.
It's hard not
Schitt's
to
Creek.
root for Canada.
Trailer
man,
Park
you know?
Boys is like still
Trailer
one of
Park
my
Boys,
favorite
Schitt's
things ever, dude. Schitt's Creek. Anyway, I came to this because of Juno. Like, so I saw Michael Cera in a thing that looked quirky, and I was like, oh shit, I want to see that because I liked him so much in Juno. And Juno was such a weird indie thing anyway, and I wanted to see more of that. But yeah, anyways, I don't remember going to see it in theaters, but I'm sure I must have. It's just kind of always been there. Joel kind of hinted on this a little bit, but the thing that's been surprising to me is the legs that this IP had. My kids, all 4 of my sons, 22 to 16, fucking love this movie and always have. They watched it with me again for the rewatch for the pod, so it's got really long legs.
I saw it opening day. Slash Filmcast was talking about it before it came out, and I thought it was going to be a packed film because, according to Movie Geeks, it was going to be this big movie. Empty theater.
What?
On an afternoon, and I liked it. Came out on DVD, Netflix by mail. I loved it. Watched the commentary with Edgar Wright, and just like it really picks up steam in the next few years for me. You know, it's on all the time and everything, and it's just, but still, like it felt like no one had seen it in real life. And I might run into a few people who had seen it. You know, I had the soundtrack. I watched it a ton. It's like about grief and stuff you do after a major breakup that is like Nintendo coded, and I don't know if like maybe I was around the wrong people. That like where are my people who are into Scott Pilgrim? Maybe I just had loser friends. Maybe I leveled up, or maybe this is kind of like the thing we've talked about on here, where sometimes stuff takes a while to get to Wichita Falls. You know, but this movie,
James is like, I know.
Yeah.
This movie came in 5th opening weekend, going up against The Expendables, Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh.
The Other Guys,
Oh.
week 5 of Inception.
Oh, well.
So it's a crowded field, and the marketing wasn't maybe what it could have been. But Edgar Wright got an email from head of marketing at Universal that said, years, not days. And like how you can't gauge movies by opening weekend. And I think 15 years later, I know so many people that love this movie and the comics, and I don't know if it's the legs of this movie or that I found my people that like love this movie or what happened, but like there's definitely something that's really had the legs for this.
It's an incredibly rewatchable movie, and it's one that I really don't really get tired of, you know. And it's really funny. There's a lot of details to it. Every time I watch it, I feel I catch something new.
Yeah.
And because it's so well layered and there's so much to it, and it's just a lot of fun. It doesn't bring you down, you know. It's one of those. It's light and it moves fast, and it's really
right,
and it's really deep too. I mean, it's a cool universe that they created. You know, it's fun.
Have you read the graphic novel? It's a lot.
No.
I have not. No.
I found out through rewatch of this that one of the things that I think is really unique about this, you probably have this in one of the facts, but the graphic novel wasn't done like it was. He was doing the movie at the same time, so the graphic novel ending is very different than the movie.
He ends up with knives, right?
What's that?
Does he end up with knives in the graphic novel?
I don't even remember, honestly. If you want, I honestly don't fucking remember. The animated show on Netflix where they brought the original cast, it follows it a lot closer. We're not all the way done with it. We have a couple episodes left. In the video game's also really good too. The beat 'em up.
Yeah, it was.
But I think it was this perfect combo of like the kind of director Wright is. He is so great. And the fact that like they spend no time in this movie explaining anything to you. Everyone in the world is so dialed in on everything. They don't like when Scott and Ramona are on their first date and she's like, I think there's a thing over here. And he's like, a thing? And she's like, a door. There's just this door in this dark fucking void. She doesn't explain it. You don't ask as the audience member. I think that's part of the reason why it feels so good the whole time. It's like a fever dream a little bit anyway.
I like the way that Wright shot it because he made it feel like a comic.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and there's a lot of the dynamics in it. Like you notice people in there don't blink. You know, and it's little things like that. You know, if they blink, it's for effect. You know, and there's just little things in there to where it just feels like a comic the entire time you're watching it.
Yeah.
It's very hard to pull off without feeling like you're pandering in a way. You
Sure.
know? But he is very, very tasteful about it, and it works, you know, because he found this area and found this and he just lived in it, and it all came together really well. It's very, very, very well done. And it does make it feel comic-y.
I'm going to give you some gamer trivia. The film is filled with hidden numerals tied to the sequential numbers of Ramona's evil exes.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas Lee's exchange with Scott happened to Edgar in real life. While at a concert for the Hives, he told the lead singer he was a big fan, and he responded, "Why wouldn't you be?"
Hilarious. I think that's Chris Evans' best role, by the way.
I think it's like
I really do.
That's hilarious. Or
Yeah,
like,
that's actually hilarious.
It's so good, and you kind of see what he could have been able to do if he had like
More than Captain America?
Well, I think Captain America. I mean, he's gonna go down as like a fucking legend because of Cap.
Just because of Cap. Yeah.
But like he can do so much other stuff.
Sure.
You know, I think we see that right here. And Edgar Wright stated that the movie was done in the style of a musical, but instead of the characters breaking into song and dance, they break into a fight. Mm-hmm. And the battle between Scott Pilgrim and Matthew Patel is done in the style of a Bollywood fight scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my favorite fight scene. Well, I think Lucas Lee's my favorite one. Actually,
That was barely a
they're
fight
all
scene.
good,
Just
dude.
Scott
The
got
end
his
when
ass
he,
kicked.
When he pulls the sword
And,
out, and it's like, you leveled up.
I love the one
Yeah.
with Brandon
you got
Routh.
self-confidence. And it's like,
I love the
sword
one with
comes
Brandon
out.
Routh.
I love how like they all burst into like coins.
Yeah,
every
fucking
time
great,
they-
dude. I read a thing that I didn't know, that a lot of the special effect, I don't know how true this is. I was trying to look up stuff that wasn't on IMDb because I know you always get all that stuff. That some of the comic book like sound effects and stuff that you see were built props, not like digital overlays. I don't know if you caught any of that specifically, but maybe on another watch look for that, because
Where is that? What's an example?
just like the when they're like fighting, like the POW and like those are physical like lighting props,
It's cool.
which is maybe why they look so good. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Like
It's more like
practical.
a
That's a
practical
weird
kind of
practical
effect, yeah.
effect, but I don't know how true that is. But
That was like I saw a deal like the holograms and stuff in a Blade Runner 2049. They had actual people on green screen like dancing. Or
Oh,
whatever it
yeah,
is,
yeah.
Versus like CGI.
put an overlay.
Yeah, and, you know they turned the opacity down.
Sure.
a little bit, but
That's cool.
It was cool. Yeah, I almost sent it. But
That's really cool. The opening scene where they're like practicing and the camera keeps.
And the camera
I fucking
rolls back.
love that
Yeah.
shot. so
Yeah.
much. And
I
the
was
chords
thinking
are
about that.
jumping the
How
whole
they
time.
Do that, man. I was
Dude.
like, how are you doing? I don't know.
I think the runway for all that.
Maybe,
they
yeah.
because on the commentary it talks about that, where he's like, we did it in this like stage where we can like go back this far while they're playing, and like
Super
I think
cool,
that
though.
that's when you know you're fucking in this movie.
Yeah.
Like in that moment.
I wonder. I don't know how.
Train spotting vibe.
Yeah, it was really like, I don't know. It was really trippy, but so cool. And I don't know. I think maybe this was the first time, because now this has become this like cool thing that they do a lot in animation, that I think like Spider-Verse and like Arcane gets maybe more credit for it. But Scott Pilgrim was the first one where they started like drawing over frames essentially with these like things that you would see only in a comic book, but they're in this different kind of format, and it just looks really cool the whole time. And I wonder, I don't know how old Edgar Wright was in this, but the cast, everybody that's in this movie goes on to be something bigger for the most part, like way bigger in Hollywood. And I think it's maybe this combination of like, I'm young, so I don't know how to do this, but I don't know that it's not possible, so fuck it, I'll figure it out. And they just keep doing that over and over again for 2 hours.
I think really the only established star was Michael Cera.
Yeah.
And
He was the
that's-
only one I
that's
knew
about
at the time.
it,
That's what
'cause
I mean. I went
everybody
to the
else,
theater
yeah,
to see
they,
it.
they all
Culkin,
haven't like
the sister Anna Kendrick.
blossomed yet.
Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
all blow up after
Yeah,
this.
they all,
Yeah.
everyone. I
Brie,
mean,
Brie Larson, right?
Yeah, Brie Larson.
Brie Larson hadn't blown
also
up
went to
yet.
a Marvel movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of Marvel people in this.
Jason Schwartzman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Jason
Schwartzman, yeah.
Schwartzman had already blown up.
Yeah.
But I don't say blow up. He was already established.
Who's it? Least
But yeah,
Darjeeling.
I think that's about and everybody else just kind of came along. But yeah, in hindsight, the cast is pretty crazy. I mean, it's a hell of a culmination of people.
I also love that they've all like, it's like when a band won't play their fucking hit song. That's so pretentious and stupid. Like,
No, you just wait till the end.
what do you mean?
They just wait. They played at the end. I forgot who it was. There's someone that was like, "If you came here for this, just fucking leave now," or whatever. And it was like, "Oh, like
Yeah.
make your money, dog." I don't
Yeah,
know.
like,
Like,
I don't. We've talked about that before, but comedians, I've heard them
It
say
was
like,
who? It was Blur. Oh, it was Blur. Song number 2.
Oh,
Like, if you
shit.
came here for that, fuck you.
yeah, it's
And Radiohead used to be like that with Creep. I think Nirvana was kind of like that with Smells Like Teen Spirit.
well, Creep stole or Nirvana or it will
they should.
derail
Creep,
completely.
they
here.
stopped
They
playing
stole-
it
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
but they stole. Do you know the
Yeah.
whole? Did you see that that horror movie? Not Hereditary, Heretical or something with
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
I
Did you
did
watch
not,
that?
no.
Heretic.
Heretic?
Really
No,
good.
Heretic,
Good?
Yeah.
Really good, really good. If you want to see him like act his ass off, he's
Yeah.
great in this movie. I've always liked him though. But he breaks down specifically the song "Creep." Radiohead stole that from a band in the '60s, like just lifted it and changed the lyrics. Right, the beat is the same, and then Lana Del Rey steals it from them. So the first band sues Radiohead. And then now we know Radiohead owns it, right? Or that's who you're associated with it. And then they sue Lana Del Rey. It's just like a weird thing, even
That's
though it wasn't
funny.
their song in the first place. Check that out.
America.
Yeah.
We'll fucking see you.
America, we will fucking sue you.
Or myself.
Radiohead's an English band, so
I was gonna make a point about the music, but I'm sure we're gonna talk about the music. It's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
What's your favorite song on the soundtrack? Or it's in the movie?
It's for me. I mean, it's the metric song.
The metric song, yeah.
Black Sheep.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it is, right?
What was so cool,
And
I got to
Garbage Truck,
see-
I love.
Broken social scene in there too.
I got to see the Smashing Pumpkins whenever they kind of like did a reforming. I guess this was back in like 2018 ish, but they had like Billy and James Eha and Jimmy Chamberlain and stuff. They did a tour right after they all like got together, and Metric opened for them.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So I got
Yeah,
to see.
I saw- yeah.
So I got to see Metric, and they were really,
I love
really
Metric.
good.
I've
And
seen
they
Metric
played
twice
Black
like
Sheep
that.
as
Oh,
well.
you've seen them? That's cool. I never
Yeah,
have
I
seen
saw them
them.
on that Smashing Pumpkins
That was a
tour.
great-
And I saw them at
great
like
show.
They're playing June 9th. in
Edge
Dallas.
Fest or something.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love the soundtrack in this. My youngest kid's a musician. Like that's what he wants to do now. He's all about it. But he started out with two of his friends,
Yeah.
and they were literally just playing the
They're
Scott
good
Pilgrim
too, man.
soundtrack. That's how they started playing music together. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "We're just gonna play the songs from Scott Pilgrim," and they did that for like 6 months, and then Decker learned guitar and started writing songs. It was a totally different avenue, but that's how they came to music was through Scott Pilgrim, which is so cool to me.
And I like the way that they did the live music scenes there, especially with the other bands, because
Oh, yeah.
it's so realistic. I mean, whenever, especially
This place
because
sucks.
I've been in a lot of, like garage bands and shit over the years, especially whenever I was younger, and they nailed the vibe perfectly.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I mean, it's really cool. Like you're playing in the fucking living room. Yeah, that's what happens. Would you play in your living room if you don't have a garage or whatever? And they're in Canada, so they can't. It's cold.
dude. Yeah.
So they can't play in their garage, so they got to play in the living room. They nailed it though, man. That my only bitch about that was the Stevens guitar. If he would have actually played it like that, it would have fed back like a motherfucker. Because normally if you have an acoustic and you're making it sound electric, you put a pickup over the sound hole. Or else if you're using the pickup on the inside, it just echoes and then feeds back, and it would sound like shit. Anyway, just minor.
If you're
technical
really
tweak.
into guitar, then
Right.
You hell into pickups though.
All right.
But anyway, sorry, I went on a diatribe there.
Okay, and on the ingredients, Michael Cera is his best movie.
Ooh.
I think Superbad's Sarah's
yeah,
best
Sarah,
movie.
Yeah. You can't hear Sarah. We'll get her a mic one day. Super bad.
It's got to be super bad.
I think it is Superbad, but
Yeah,
this
I
movie's
think it is
fucking great.
Superbad.
Oh, Steve has a fucking mixer on his
He
desk.
plays almost
Oh.
the exact same character
did.
in every movie, though.
I would do it
he's,
too.
He's one of the. I mean,
Yeah, for
except for that last. Was it Paul Thomas Anderson movie?
The Running Man.
No, it
There's
was
something where he plays like a
Yeah.
He played like a
he's-
professor
like a violent
or something.
guy or
that's-
something.
Yeah, like a guy who's like
This came out in like the last year.
The Venetian Scheme.
There you go. That's the only role
That's
I've seen him in
Anderson.
where it's
Paul Thomas
Wes
Anderson.
Anderson. Wes Anderson.
That was all right. That movie was all right.
That's the only time I've seen him like. I'm sure he may have done it before, but like step outside of the sheepish kind of milk toast, kind of fidgety.
You know where your bread is buttered, though.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of who he is. I liked, no one liked that movie. I mean, you guys will because you're fucking movie nerds, but that Youth in Revolt movie
I love
that he
it.
did,
I love that
fucking
movie.
This
love
is
that
the
movie
end
so
when
much.
Rihanna slaps the fucking shell and he's doing a bunch of blow in the bathroom, getting his dick sucked.
Because it's so out of pocket for him.
He's like, hey.
I think Superbad's his best movie, personally.
Superbad's amazing.
But everyone in this movie's good, so maybe that's why.
Like, all right, and Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Ramona Flowers.
Oh,
What do we think about her? And what do we
10
think
out
about
of
her
10.
in the movie and her career? I mean, she was in Death Proof before this.
I didn't see that.
really? You never
You
saw
haven't
Death
seen
Proof?
Death
I
Proof?
don't even know what it is.
It's a Tarantino movie where,
I didn't see it.
oh, it's good.
That's really good. It's he did a combo with
Robert
him and
Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez.
Planet Terror, I would not
Yep.
say is good.
Planet
Even
Terror
though
was
I
worth
love
a
Robert
watch.
Oh,
Rodriguez.
it was one of the, was it like Hobo with a Shotgun?
Kind of, yeah.
But they put
did a
out. I think
Grindhouse.
they called it Grindhouse.
Yeah,
and,
Grindhouse.
and him and Robert Rodriguez came together. Rodriguez did one movie and Tarantino did Death Proof, and they came out like I think they released simultaneously.
They did.
Right? Like
Yeah, it was
you
like-
sat down.
it was
And
like
you
a
watched
Yeah, and there was like an
Yeah.
intermission, and yeah.
Right.
It was a really cool, like if you had
I
gone to the
remember that
drive-in
coming out
to
in the
see
theater. I
it.
didn't watch them.
Fun, nerdy movie fact that Scotty probably knows, at least. They let their director friends make like fake commercials for movies that were coming out. And Eli Roth did Thanksgiving, which was this slasher horror. Well, then fast forward later to when he fully makes the Thanksgiving horror slasher, which I actually really liked. Anyway,
I've heard it's funny as hell.
it's good, dude. It's really,
But,
it's better
no.
than Scream, I think. Like
Death Proof was worth a watch.
Yeah.
It's really really cool.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell's fantastic in
It's
it.
cool shit, man.
I think overall, like, I don't know, man. Her character is like, she's like not a good person, I guess.
I think
I think everyone gets lost. They're like, oh yeah, she's super hot or whatever. But it's like I don't really understand the. There's one thing to be like, yeah, I like this chick or whatever. Scott is like smitten.
Yeah.
Like he's
yeah.
in love, and it's like she's just like, what? Hey, what's up? I'm just chilling.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
I
just
color my hair.
I'm sorry. I just
every 2
blitzed
weeks.
out.
I don't know.
I
man.
really think you're getting the vibes because Scott's not the good person.
I think Scott's the bad person.
Yeah.
Scott's jacked up.
Not necessarily her because
look, he was with Brie Larson, right? That says something. She made it or whatever. He gets with fucking knives as a band-aid, basically, to whatever, fill in the hole there or whatever, and then runs into old girl, and I guess in a way, I guess he cheats.
Yeah.
Because he's talking to 2 people at the same time or whatever. But I don't know, man. I like knives. She's fucking annoying as shit, but she's not like a bad person or anything.
No.
You know,
I
don't know, man.
I'm a knives guy all the way. Like,
Knives is awesome.
I do not break up.
I mean,
with knives
also
for
she
Mary
is like
Elizabeth
4
Winstead.
years younger than them.
Yeah. No, I get it. So it's already weird. I don't know.
yeah,
But
it was one of those.
And he was in a relationship with the drummer.
Yeah, Kim.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
there was 2 others in there as well. And I was reading the trivia up on it, and one of them was Kim's the drummer.
I'm like,
he was
what's up
with
with
Kim
Anna
the
Kendrick,
drummer,
though?
and then he was also with Kim's roommate.
Too bad. It's
And
his
then
sister,
there was some others in there as
which
well.
is popular
and-
these days.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is it
because
his
there's
stepsister?
when they're doing like the run through, I think with his sister, I think was doing the run through, and of all his exes and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, it was there's more to that than.
In the-
But you get the vibe that maybe it might be Ramona who's not the good one, but it's really who's Scott's kind of a piece of shit. You know,
They
He-
both-
And I don't see this like we talked about this with High Fidelity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we'll watch something for years and years and then realize the protagonist is a dick.
Yes.
And then it throws you for a loop
John
when you
Cusack
realize
is
that
such
that's
a
been there the whole
shitbird
time.
in that whole movie, dude. But
Yep.
you got to be 40 to see it. I think. Like I don't know, man.
Whenever I was younger watching High Fidelity, it was just like this
feel
is
so
just
bad for him.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
man,
in it with
he's
him,
getting
yeah.
When I went-
used,
When I went back and
man.
watched Say Anything,
Yeah.
I'm so frustrated with John Cusack that whole movie because I'm like, so your life's ambition is to just be this like simp dude for this
Yeah.
chick? Like he tells the dad, like, I don't know what I'm good at, but I'm really good at loving your daughter. Like, that's your whole story, bro. Like, when I'm watching that at 40, I'm like, you're going to have to do more than that, guy. Like, I don't know. But when I
still
saw
love saying
it,
anything.
I love it too. I'm just saying it. I see
I love
it
everything.
different.
I'm looking
It's
for a dare to be
weird.
great situation. I like all that stuff.
I love
It's
it.
neat the way that movies will age like that as you get older, you know, because you see it through the lens of however you were first,
I think
and
he's
then
got to go out. He keeps going.
and then later.
in the comic and in the animated thing, they lean way more into like Scott's like piece of shit, like emotional, whatever. Way more than they do in the movie, which, you know, whatever, however you feel about that, but I think Scott's really the troubled person more than Ramona.
And we talked about, you know, Chris Evans. We talked about these other people. Kieran Culkin,
Yeah, dude.
is so
He's
fucking
so good.
awesome in
Probably
this
the
movie.
funniest person in the.
What's funny is I don't remember him between being the weird cousin in Home Alone up until that point. I'm sure he'd acted in things, you know,
I couldn't
between
give you one.
2010
Yeah.
and Home Alone.
Yeah.
But I don't remember any of them.
Can you remember a single thing he was in before
That's
this?
Igby Goes Down. He's in Sutter House Rules.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
that's a
damn.
throwback.
Okay.
Didn't that win an Oscar?
No, it was nominated for everything though.
Oh,
Cider House Rules is the name of a movie that's
Leonardo
like, man,
DiCaprio
that's got
understands.
won a lot of Oscars. It just has
never
has
saw
an
it.
award-winning name more than anything.
What I was gonna say a second ago, and I kind of derailed, was that I love that the cast and the director are so protective of this in terms of like anytime they want to talk about it or do something with it still, even though it's been so many years, no one ever seems to be like too famous for it. They come back and do it. When the COVID shit happened and they were kind of like doing these things to like entertain people online, they had all the cast come back and like read it. Everyone did it.
Oh, a table read?
Yeah, table read. Everyone came back
yeah.
and did it. But that animated series that's on Netflix, every single person voices their character in the anime. Like Chris Evans has been Captain America making millions of dollars for how many years, and he comes back and does Lucas Lee. Like, I just think that's really cool and says a lot about the IP.
yeah, man.
They really still respect it.
And I do like that this movie, that it was like one and done. It was like
Yeah.
not like,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna tie these people up
Yes.
for 5 years,
So glad.
and we're gonna do
Yes.
this TV series. We're gonna do this serial.
Run
we're gonna
it
do
to the fucking
yeah.
dirt.
It's just, I love this.
This is the way.
Yeah.
This is the way.
We've done a lot of Star Wars talk today.
Speaking of cast, there's one that I was watching the credits roll the other day, and at the very end, Bill Hader does the voice
Yeah, he's the
of
voiceover.
everything.
Yeah,
yeah. And I'd never picked it out.
What the fuck? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, which one? Who?
Bill Hader's
Bill
the
Hader.
narrator?
Yeah, he's the
Yeah, it
narrator.
is. She said that when we were watching
Yeah.
it, and she was immediately like, "Oh, it's Bill Hader," and I was like, "I don't know, man. I
No.
don't know."
I won't be able to
very
not hear
observant.
that now. Like,
yeah, no kidding.
somebody ruined the yellow M&M for me years ago and told me it's J.K. Simmons, and now that's all I fucking hear every time.
Oh, dude, really?
Yeah.
Yellow M&M. What is
The
that?
yellow
mean?
M&M, like the little animated M&M.
Oh.
It's J.K. Simmons.
Like on the commercials.
Oh, okay.
He was like, "Oh, don't blow up the
There's
movie."
a peanut in me.
Just a
It's
dumb
fucking
dumb.
J.K. Simmons.
Who cares? You're about to get eaten, dude.
But also J.K. Simmons, like,
He's dragging. He's rushing.
Let somebody
dragging.
else have the M&M role, bro. Like, you're crushing it everywhere. Whiplash. No, give me that
Yeah.
M&M money too. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, take it.
Take it. Get it.
Right.
Get everything you can.
I'm sorry, I'm the best at everything. I'm not mad about it. I love him.
Okay.
When we talked about Ellen Wong being Knives Chow, and she's worked steadily as an actor, but like I wish she had like the Sandra Bullock rom-com queen slot. She's like so perfect in this film. She's so funny. Put her in Bridesmaids or something like at that level. She'd be like a Melissa McCarthy type actor.
I would have loved to seen her in some of the like
Crazy Rich Asians.
no like action stuff. Like action stuff.
I got
Don't-
Sarah on that.
Don't
one.
throw that on me, man. Like, yeah, like action stuff. Like I would have, like Mila Jovovich or however.
like
Mila
the
Jovovich.
yeah, like she did all those Resident Evil. Like she
Evil,
was
yeah.
kind of like the action pretty girl for
Yeah.
years. Like that could have been Knives. Like I would have loved that for her in
Just
that
playing
in those
Dance
roles.
Dance Revolution.
Yeah, dude,
What
she's
was the
great.
one Mila Jovovich did with Bruce Willis?
The Fifth Element?
It's,
Oh, The Fifth Element
yeah.
was great.
dude, it's one of my
So
favorite
bad.
movies of all time.
Yeah.
Based on a comic book. That should have been our top 5. There's so many movies that you've seen that are based on comics.
Fuck up, dude.
So director Edgar Wright, who had just done Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, I love that this is a huge departure from those films to really show like what it can do and be one of the top directors. And we've seen this, like stuff he's done like post Scott Pilgrim, and it's like different stuff. And he is like one of these directors that has really stuck around and really had staying power with kind of these one and done kind of films.
He's so
and he
good.
was involved in like the Ant-Man screenplay
Yes.
for
I'm
like
so glad you
7
brought that
years,
up.
and he's supposed to direct it. And about a month before they start shooting, he's out. And you're
What
like,
happened? Do you know what happened?
Well, I think probably he didn't want to get so much into the Marvel machine. I think they wanted to not do.
He ended up writing the movie though, so they used his script, but he didn't direct it.
I think
right?
and like I
Because the
think
first Ant-Man was phenomenal.
It was
really,
but it
really
would have
funny.
been even better with Edgar
Right.
Wright directing.
No,
Michael
absolutely.
Pena and Scott, fucking. Why
Paul
can't I think of his
Rudd?
name? Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
All right.
His name's Scott.
Scott
playing in the
Pilgrim.
movie, but God, that
Scott Lang.
I weep that did not happen when I think about that because it would have been awesome.
It had his fingerprints though.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, just from watching the movie,
Even some of the cuts are like his style is
right.
still in there.
Yeah, at the kamikaze,
Quick.
yeah.
Didn't he do that Soho movie we watched
Yeah.
together?
Yeah.
I,
That was
I
good,
really
too.
liked that.
That was
one
good.
a
Last Night
lot.
at Soho.
Yeah,
Baby
it was
Driver.
fucking awesome.
Baby Driver's a
Baby
Baby
Driver's
Driver's
great. Baby
way up
Driver's
there.
great.
And it's just
R.I.P.
I'm telling you, it's the
Kevin
the-
Spacey.
It's the mix of the music and shit, and it like he like baller soundtrack every single time, and then the way it works together and it cuts, it like lines up.
I
perfectly.
love it, dude.
And it's like telling a story without having the dialogue of the story or whatever, which I think Scott Pilgrim accomplishes. Is the
He
example
proves
uses
also
before.
he doesn't need to have the music though, because he went and did the Cornetto trilogy, the Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz
Yeah.
and all those.
I love
World
those.
And you didn't
Yeah.
need. Well, he does have music parts in there though, because I'll never be able to watch or listen to "Don't Stop Me Now" by Queen without
Yeah.
thinking of
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
dudes
Ding,
slamming.
ding, and they're like throwing
the-
records at the.
Right.
No, that was my first pressing. Like,
Here, throw this one.
That's such a good movie, man.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's
Edgar
wonderful.
Wright's a monster, dude.
He
So
is.
good.
so do you think did Wright just take what was already there, comically, for this film, or did he build stuff out of the source material himself? What's the
From everything that I've read, they were working on which is why I think it's one of the stuff like that has staying power, right? Like the Deadpool stuff. Ryan Reynolds involves the guy that fucking created Deadpool. He's pulling it from the source material. That's why the Deadpool movies are so good. The guy, I could look his name up, but the guy that wrote the graphic novel, I should look his name up because that's like really shitty not to mention him when he did all this cool stuff.
Is it like the
Brian Lee O'Malley. He designed stuff specifically for the movie. He's working with Wright. So I think that's why they're doing it together
same
hand in
thing
hand.
with like Last of Us, where they like go back to the game.
Oh, yeah,
and
for
reference
sure.
The game versus like, well, we're just gonna.
But even better if you can get, like, Disney went through this and it's absolutely
I mean,
the
they
right
fucked
way to
up
go.
season 2, but-
Like, if you're going to direct, this is kind of in the weeds, but like if you're going to direct a family about, or if you're going to direct a movie about Polynesian people, get a fucking director that's Polynesian so they can speak to some of the small things that like I'm not going to be able to reference as a director as a white dude through like visualization, just like watching it. If you're going to direct stuff from a fucking comic book or a video game, like involve the people that made that thing. That it's dumb not to. I think that's why this is so great because they did that.
Yeah.
and they're not, and these people aren't afraid to, like, Edgar Wright isn't afraid to like have someone else help and like take some credit for some of the stuff and be like, no, it's all mine. I did all this. It's like, no, we come in, we make this thing better.
Yeah,
Correct.
We want to make a good thing. It doesn't matter.
It's really good. It's so much so like some of the like little nerd nuance things, but every band the bands are obviously made up in the movie, right? Like Crash and the Boys and all that. There's full fiction written for them about like how they became a band. Like it's all very developed. I love shit like that. I love when stuff is so nerdy that the creator loves it so much. I love nerdy stuff that the creator loves so much where they do like headcanon stuff just for them that they know the audience is never going to see, but they love it and flesh it out like that. I think that I know we don't know the full story of Crash and the Boys because we didn't go out and read that, but somehow that like feels better to us as human beings that exists. You can feel it when you're
talking about Crash at Demon Head.
No, Clash at Demon Head.
Clash at Demon Head. Yeah.
But every band in the movie has a full backstory developed. Clash at Demon Head, Crash and the Boys, the twins. What are the fucking twins?
Yeah.
Captain
Yagi.
Yagi.
Yeah.
Captain Yagi twins.
Anyway,
shout out to Beck.
Yeah,
Beck did
a ton
all
of
the.
work in
Yeah, he
this
did a
movie.
lot of the
And that's
music
like
and
a
stuff.
Nigel. Is it Nigel Goodrich who did the soundtrack with him? I think that's like a Radiohead producer.
I think so,
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah, but Beck did a lot of music composition for this one too. He did all the Sex Bomb songs, and he wrote the Ramona song that
This guy does a lot of writing
Michael Cera.
composition.
And whenever I meet someone named Ramona and they don't know this movie or they don't know that there's a song
Bro, how
by
many
Beck
Ramonas do you
called
know?
Ramona.
I've known at least 2,
Oh, okay.
but they didn't know.
Yeah.
So I'm 0 for 2.
Jeez.
Remix the ingredients. What do we got?
Shit.
I don't think you can on this one.
This-
Ben's gonna do it, but I wouldn't
yeah.
touch this.
I
I
have
thought
to
hard.
admit it was.
Well, we can have some what ifs here. I have some what ifs.
Let me pull up.
This was a difficult one.
Okay,
'cause,
so I had, just to be clear, Sarah and I talk about this, and this is so it's kind of a combined deal. But Scott Pilgrim, we had Andy Samberg or Jesse Eisenberg.
Eisenberg
Andy
and Sarah seemed to be like almost interchangeable
Identical.
in a way.
Yeah.
Except
You know?
I feel like Jesse Eisenberg is insufferable.
He
Is-
really?
Pretty much.
I gotta admit, yeah, I'm
I
not really
can
a big
feel
I
fan.
can
that.
give you one
I can
role of
fit-
his that I like him in.
Zo-
and I don't think
Zombieland.
he's a bad actor.
I don't, think,
Yeah.
I don't know if
He's-
he's supposed to be liked in these movies that he's in.
He's
Really?
like,
Sure. Maybe not.
I guess you
He's
can
like
kind of
Mark
like.
Zuckerberg in fucking The Social
I have
Network.
never, and that's a criminal. I've never
You
seen
never
it.
saw
It's not-
Social
I've
Network?
I've never seen it.
Wow.
It's not that good.
It's
just missed me.
amazing.
Tarantino
I like
said
it.
It's
a lot.
the Citizen Kane of this
I almost turned
century.
it off.
Tarantino said it's the best movie of the last decade.
Well,
So
good for him.
What, Social Network?
yeah,
Really? I liked it a lot.
Like one
Don't
of
get
his
me
favorite
wrong.
movies.
Social Network is great.
He
Which I thought was weird
Eisenberg
'cause it's
really
not a
So
like
you want to do a podcast on something
He's
we all don't
Zuckerberg,
agree on? We
Zuckerberg.
can do Social Network.
Okay,
that would be
that'd be great.
interesting.
I would be smitten by that.
then I would have to. I would go out with that.
For Ramona, this is all over the place, man. I had Aubrey Plaza, who's already in the movie.
It's good. Yeah.
I had Emma Stone,
Oh yeah.
and then I had the girl that's in the It movie, Sophia Lillis,
Oh, she's so
Oh,
great.
wow.
Where the fuck has she been, by the way?
doing TV shows, I guess.
There's a Netflix series called "I Am Not Okay with
yeah,
This,"
that's one. That's it.
based on a
Good.
comic book. It's really fucking good. It's really fucking good. And they only did one season,
I love that though. That you're poking those in there.
and they canceled it.
Just
And
like,
they can't. And they fucking canceled because
Toss
Sarah
the
and
pebble
I
at
went
you
down that
once
road
in a
and it
while.
was amazing. And then it was
It's
just like,
fucking
oh,
amazing.
we're done. And I was like, what do we? Why? It's like, what was the detective one where they interviewed a serial killer? Mindhunters.
Mindhunters.
No.
And it's like, what are we doing here, man? Like,
Season 3's coming out.
yeah, fine. I mean, how many
now,
views? Anyway,
is that just
anyway.
like a random link you found on Facebook, or is that actually real?
And then in,
Are they actually really doing that? Because-
It's according to a ton of stuff I've read about it. Yes, it
and
wasn't
then
just a random thing.
in true indie. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is like making
Vibe.
fun of it.
oh, okay.
Zoe Deschanel, because she's the pixie dream
Manic
girl.
Pixie Dream
I
Girl,
could,
yeah.
I could see that.
I could. I don't know.
I could see
don't-
that.
I hate all those.
And-
I would really hate to see this movie recast though.
And then for Kieran Culkin's character, I had Ryan Reynolds. Nobody.
Ugh.
Nobody.
I'm so fucking tired of him. I don't know. I don't have a.
Cool.
But we weren't in 2010.
Cool.
Yeah.
no,
maybe
no,
not.
no.
and then
no.
for Brie Larson's character, I also had Emma Stone
You know what would be?
because I think she could be like a bitch. You
Yeah,
know,
I
like-
love Emma Stone.
and also like sing and be on a stage and
What's Schitt's Creek guy? David.
Levine.
David. Is that his
Levy-
name?
Levy,
David.
Levy.
Levy?
Yeah, Levy. Eugene.
Not
Levy.
Eugene Levy's
That's his
son.
dad.
That's
yeah.
Kieran Culkin's
I don't know.
character.
Anyway, I could see that.
I think he would be good.
Yeah,
But
that's
Yeah.
actually pretty good, man.
I
Yeah.
couldn't recast this movie. No way. But some of those were good.
Yeah, you know, it's part of this.
You tried.
Podcast,
There,
so.
there was talk about Robert Pattinson for Lucas.
Which one's Lucas?
That's Chris Evans, I think.
Yeah, Lucas Lee.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know.
He didn't have the machismo.
And-
No,
and he was in the middle of the
I just think
Twilight
of him in
stuff
Twilight.
at that time.
I think of him in Twilight, and I'm like, what a fucking pussy.
it's
dude.
like
At
he's-
45,
he would
here's
still
what
be
I've learned
fucking
about Robert
sparkling or
Pattinson.
something.
But he's good as Batman.
He can do it. Whatever it is,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can fucking
He's
do
my
it.
least favorite Batman
Oh,
of all
Oh,
of them.
hell no.
dude.
He's my favorite.
Hold on.
Really?
No,
I don't
wait.
give a fuck about Batman, but I love him as the Batman. I'm serious, man.
He's
'Cause
like
he's
the
like,
least
"Ah,
effective Batman
I'm
ever.
a
He
bitch,"
lost
and then he
at
gets
the end
beat
of the
up, and
fucking
then he gets
Batman.
tough,
Yeah,
and
but
then,
it's-
He
like,
lost.
It's
He
more
got his
Batman's-
ass kicked, and he never fucking won a fight
It's Batman's first
the whole
movie.
time. He
It's
never
like-
won.
it's like
Tell him.
Batman
He's the-
year
Damn it,
one.
James, tell
He
him.
is the pussiest Batman I've
I
ever
know.
seen.
That's why it's so good. It's
Now,
realistic.
I will say that is my favorite Batman universe because the
Fucking
universe
Goddamn
is fucking
Zoe Kravitz.
stellar.
Come on, man.
I've never
And-
seen.
Raining
but
the whole fucking
it-
time.
yeah.
It's just depressing.
And-
It's really good.
Well, the Penguin really fleshed that out. I know we're completely going on a tangent.
Yeah,
The Penguin
yeah,
was
we are,
wonderful.
I-
Did you watch the Penguin?
Yeah. Well, we watched
The
Sarah
series?
The
finished it,
Penguin was
I think.
incredible.
I've never seen Pattinson.
She said after Victor died, I stopped watching.
Shut up! Fucking spoiler
Okay,
alert, city.
Spoiler alert.
I've
I'll
seen-
edit it out. I'll just be like, beep.
I've seen Pattinson in bad movies. I've never seen Pattinson bad in a role ever. Like, I'm trying to think of another person that
2010
I feel
Pattinson.
like that about.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Rooney Mara for Kim.
Who?
Rooney
Oh.
Mara is the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh,
I've never seen her be funny, so I don't know.
But Kim's
What-
not really that funny in this, is she?
She's not very funny, but I mean, it's still
She's got
like,
faces.
Yeah, I know what you
she's
mean.
sullen the entire time.
She's got faces.
yeah, she's got face.
Yeah, she does.
They just
Man,
cut to
she's
her
like
angry.
sullen the entire time. But yeah, so maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, possibly. I like the casting period, but
Here's a big theme in the movie. Ramona changes her hair every week and a half, and Scott loses it. And there are things you're not predicting, or you're not consistent, and you just have to deal with stuff. And Scott isn't. Knives does her hair like Ramona. She's so old. She's probably like 25. Love that.
Fat.
I didn't even know there was cool music until like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Scott's shaggy hair. Envy comments on Scott's hair when they meet. He's stuck. He's not growing. It's stilted. That's where we think the beautiful girl is going to make everything right. And that's a lot of pressure on anyone to like, you're going to heal me from this wound of Envy Adams and it's all going to be great. Like that you see like how he is just lost. And just like, I mean, part of that's being 22 and the part of that's being human, but it's like, God, he was just like, he's in the wilderness in this film.
He's like, I don't even have money for the bus.
And you see, he's like not paying for anything.
He's not paying for shit,
Letting
yeah.
Knives pay for stuff. And like,
No job. What a fucking loser.
that was kind of fleshed out in the Netflix series whenever it came out because they're like because I think there was a conversation between Scott and Ramona and he's like, well, so she asked him, so what do you do? And he's like, I'm in between things right now. And she's like, in between what and what? You know, and he didn't have an answer for the second part. You know, so he's kind of a piece of shit. You know, and the very beginning of it is one of those Edgar Wright things where it shows all of Wallace's possessions throughout the apartment, and then there's Scott's jacket. You know, and that's it. You know,
it's like, I like this girl. I got a girlfriend. And he's like, oh, does that mean we can't sleep together anymore? It's like, do you see another bed? Like,
Yeah, you see another bed in here? I think it speaks really. Maybe that's one of the reasons that it's lived so long too. I think it's like Swingers in that way. It talks about all these young men things that without like leaning into them super hard. Like you can't. The girl's not gonna fix you, dude. Like you have to fix yourself.
Also,
And then-
you just broke. That's his life.
Yeah.
You just broke.
yep.
But until he takes accountability for it and unfucks himself, he's not a good partner for someone. And it takes you a while. It takes you a while to like learn that. So I like that this movie really shows that with Scott without like just talking about it the whole time.
But it also fleshes it out towards the end to
Yeah,
where
right.
you actually it doesn't end like some movies do to where you see the relationship come together even with a flawed protagonist like Scott Pilgrim is. You see you see the growth. you don't know if it's going to stick around or not because he's still
I know the
20
sword
something
comes
years
out of his
old.
chest.
Yeah, and he has all these realizations about himself and all this others, but so it doesn't end. It ends more positively than say like a High Fidelity did.
Do you
where,
think? Do you think that's maybe why our kids latch onto it because it's so literal? Like we rewind time and now we pull a sword of self-respect. Like it's more literal than like watching this suggested thing happen where there's some growth.
Yeah.
where you don't even really recognize it,
Right.
unless you're really looking for it. Or
And I think the main thing about how the kids have latched onto it now, or the younger generations have latched onto it now, is it has all these anime throwbacks and stuff
For sure.
like that, and it's a lot more relatable to come back to, and because like I said, whenever it came out, it didn't have the legs that it has now, and that's kind of rare.
That was like
for something to come about like that.
they redid 21 Jump Street, and they're like everyone's into like anime or whatever and like nerd shit.
Oh, yeah.
like saving the environment
Yeah.
or whatever. And he's like coming in with like a muscle car.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
back.
they're like-
and I was like, man, where the fuck was this shit when I was in high school, man? I would have fit right in, dude. Like,
I used to talk to my kids about that when they were younger, just like, God, it would have been awesome to just be able to go to school and be like, I love Pokemon, and have a whole group of kids that are like, I do too, instead of just getting your ass beat.
I was
Right.
in Moscow. Everyone was on Pokemon, dog.
Well, yeah. I remember hiding my comic books in elementary school because that wasn't cool.
You're ashamed.
Yeah. I
Did you
was.
go to a larger school though?
No, I went to
He went to City,
man.
dude.
Oh,
I graduated with 72 people, dude.
Oh, well.
I graduated with 16, and you were
Yeah,
catching
it's
an
a
ass
little
whooping.
different. You got a little bit broader scope. Like I graduated with 23, and that was a large class. So you probably had more to cull from than Redneck USA.
You got 23 kids. Like, you better
pretty
get your ass
rednecky,
and
but-
play some football.
Not rural though.
Well,
It wasn't
Pokemon was just
rural.
wildly popular,
Yeah,
but I get it. I get what you're saying. If it was anything else, ask
but you
me.
graduated when?
2006.
Okay.
Pick up sticks.
See, in the late 90s, Pokemon was still brand spanking new. So it was one of those
Yeah.
that.
And I didn't like Pokemon. That's just an example. I don't give a shit about
back to what Joel was talking about with the ending of the film.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright said we were trying to write an ending that was in the vein of The Graduate or The Heartbreak Kid, where our hero gets what he wants, but maybe that isn't what he needs. And I think that I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too because Ramona's like, he's like, hey, can I come with you? Or like chases her, because he's like, go get her or whatever. And it's like, okay, yeah, you can come with me. And in my head, as soon as that happened, I'm like, there's no way this is going to work out. You know that, right? Like, there's no way that's going to work out. Like, you're all going to
It wouldn't have worked out with Knives either. I mean, Knives would have outgrown him very quickly.
She was. She says that at the end, but I think she's
yeah.
true. She's like,
I'm too cool for
I'm
you.
too cool for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely
So
was.
that's some growth there too.
Yeah.
If you
She
wanna-
was going
Also
to
a
outgrow
train
him
spotting
really
moment.
quickly.
I like attack hug.
Yeah.
Like,
She's so fucking great, man. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, she was good.
Knives all the way.
so Scott Pilgrim's the villain. I think he's the villain of this film.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I get
I
behind
can
that.
totally
Yeah.
get behind that.
Knives' dad is one of the bosses that you have to fight in the video game.
Really?
The
cool.
DLC.
Yeah, it was a good video game.
Yes,
It's
neat.
real fun.
And then something else, like something I realized on this watch, I was thinking when you're 18, 22, 30, the X's are important. Like knowing who the X's are, what happened. You think that's going to be some sort of key to something. It's not.
Yeah.
And then so me at 45, I'm like, I don't really, the less I know about the X's, probably the better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys had one of those?
You had a life before me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Have you guys
I get
had
it.
that thing? This kind of just recently happened to me, and we don't got to get into it much. I don't want to get into it much, but have you had that thing yet where you have this like legendary breakup in your brain, and then the more you evaluate it as you get older, you're like, oh, I was kind of the reason this was fucked. Actually,
It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that sucks.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably grown up, man.
yeah,
Yeah. A thingy.
my bad, girl.
I've never
Die, become a hero, live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
For sure. Yeah,
Let's
That
get
was deep.
yeah.
let's get to our top 5 for today's
yeah.
episode. We have top 5 cinematic X's.
God.
Who's gonna be spoiler first? 'Cause
You want me to go first?
Go for it. It's whoever.
Yep.
Jenny
go
from
first?
Forrest Gump.
She's the worst.
Oh, motherfucker! Yes, I knew that there was one that I was like, it's not
Man,
really.
That's probably like, I didn't think about that. That was Like, fuck Jenny, dude.
Jenny's
All
the
way. You
worst
got
person
fucking
in any
AIDS,
movie.
bro. Like,
She's the
fuck
worst
you.
person in any movie.
Golly.
She's not really an ex because he dies with her though.
She's
No,
such a
no,
sack of
she
no,
shit.
dies with
no.
him.
She was leading him
She
on. She
leaves
was
him.
kissing him.
For
and
sure.
And like all
Stuff.
so
All
I'm
the
counting. I'm
stuff.
counting
Sure.
it. It counts.
Yeah, I count.
Oh, I've got some weird ones in
She comes
mind.
back
Any of
when
yours
it's
count.
convenient for her. She needs someone to take care of
Not only
her.
that, can we just talk about how
all right, I'm not gonna dogpile. Now I agree that Jenny was not a great person. I will take the other side of it though and say that Jenny grew up in a horrible environment.
Sure,
was
she did.
doing what
Sure.
she was. She
grew up
knew.
in bullshit.
And was it bad for Forrest? Absolutely. But Forrest was it, he saw through it.
He's
He worked
unconditional
through it,
love.
and
That's what he
apparently
represents.
Didn't end up getting HIV, which is wonderful.
Societally, though, I think it is fucked. We've talked about this before. You make Ginny a boy and Forrest a girl,
Dude,
and that
yeah,
movie can't work.
yeah.
But because Forrest is a boy and Ginny's a girl, she can just manipulate
Now,
this.
they've probably made that movie several times.
Person
the
with special
dudes-
needs.
Yeah. Oh, that. Okay, never mind.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a guy coming in and
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I understand what you're saying. I'd never thought about that.
What's Forrest? I mean, Forrest probably got an IQ of like 80 in this movie or something. Like, he's a lower functioning person, is all I'm saying. And this girl is manipulating him his whole fucking life. And everyone's just like, it's a really heartfelt family movie. But if you swap the genders on that shit, it goes off the rails really fast. That's all I'm saying. Continue.
Can see that.
Sorry.
All right.
You know the rest of my list?
Yes.
Go for it.
Of course
yeah,
we
you
do.
started it off. Let's go.
Perfidia Beverly Hills from one battle after another.
I didn't
I haven't
see
seen
that.
that
She's
that bitch.
despicable
Fuck
I
in
have
this.
not seen it yet.
Haven't
Man,
seen it
it's a
yet.
good movie.
No spoilers, please.
Finally,
Yes.
I got
Yeah,
one.
no spoilers.
I really do want to see that movie.
Yeah, you should watch
It's
it.
on the list.
I got Stu's girlfriend in The Hangover.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well
Fuck
done.
that bitch.
Isn't
Yes.
that Lisa Loeb? No, she
No,
looks just
she
like
just
her,
looks a
though.
lot like Lisa
Stay.
Loeb. I forgot what her name
She's
is.
the fucking
It's like-
worst.
Yeah,
dude.
she's horrible.
God. Yeah, good call.
Yeah,
that was
well
good.
done.
Make sure you pack your Rogaine. You forget it sometimes. Just whatever she's
He's got
doing.
a caller from the suite.
Yeah,
Oh, God,
and
the
they're like,
Hangover's so
oh,
underrated.
they have like these analog clocks, and we're
Yeah.
gonna do this. And
Bradley Cooper is just, he's so great in that movie. Every time she's even in the conversation, she's just like, she's the fucking worst, man. I don't know what you want me to
That's
say.
hilarious.
she says, "Suck my dick" to Zach Galifianakis at the end.
It's pretty good. We just watched that recently. Actually.
So
Great.
good, dude.
I forgot all
The
about
first
her.
one's great. They should have stopped, but.
I got Bill from Kill Bill,
Oh,
That.
yeah,
You
great.
got one of mine.
Fuck, you
Yeah.
got one of mine too. Yep.
and I got Allison Williams as Rose Armitage in Get Out.
I didn't see Get Out.
I know.
Get with the picture.
Hello.
All right. Since he got one of mine, I'm gonna go ahead and go now.
Okay, go.
David Carradine, Kill Bill. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
definitely on there.
Definitely.
Oscar Isaac's character in Inside Llewyn Davis. Did y'all ever seen Inside
I've seen
Llewyn
it.
Davis?
I've seen
It's
it.
a Coen Brothers flick. It's you want to talk about musical awesome? It's really really cool because it's set in like Greenwich Village in the early '60s when the folk movement was coming out and Bob Dylan was there and all that other stuff. And it's a character piece just like most of the Coen Brothers movies are. And like a character,
Raising Arizona.
yeah. But it's really really cool. The music's incredible. Highly recommend watching Inside Llewyn Davis. But he is a piece of shit.
I've always meant to watch their whole catalog, and I have never watched every single
Coen's
thing
are
they've watched. They're brilliant.
They're really good. Inside Llewyn, it didn't get a lot of fanfare whenever it came out, but it's really really good.
The scene with the cat in the car.
Yeah, that was funny.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
Inside Llewyn
tragic.
Davis.
Inside Llewyn Davis. Check it
I'll
out.
check
What else
it
you
out.
got?
I got Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Walter White ends up being
Okay.
Skylar's ex.
Okay. But
And he fucked Skylar the entire show on hindsight. Whatever.
sure.
At first, I'm like, Skylar's the worst.
she is the fucking worst.
But
She is the worst. She
Walter
starts-
White was manipulating her the entire fucking
because she's the fucking
show.
worst.
She's just being
Causa-
mom.
What is that?
Husband
Causation?
and mom.
Fucking.
I agree with you.
She's just being husband
You're
and
both,
mom.
in my
Fuck that.
opinion, you're both right. I reference Breaking Bad a lot, not to get in the weeds, but a lot for my own life. In the first season of my life, maybe you're looking at one of the characters in my life as the bad guy, and I would say that they were. But there's a point where I broke just like Walter broke, and then I was definitely the villain of
Now,
that story.
now, at the very beginning,
So,
the very
I
first
don't know. It's
episode, when she
complicated.
gives him the sad birthday hand job,
Oh my god,
that probably broke him and turned him into Walter White.
That was so
because
hot
that
to
was
me.
one
I'm
of the
just-
most uncomfortable scenes I've ever seen. Was like, I'm just gonna, give you a little bone here,
Meth,
buddy,
man.
on your birthday,
Meth, man.
Hot.
But I don't know how he got to that point, but that was probably the point where it broke him into Walter.
And also,
White.
don't be
But
so.
ended up, he got the last laugh at
I
the
don't
end
want,
because
like,
he
super
royally
enthusiastic
just
hand jobs. That's crazy. I'm just kidding.
I would-
unenthusiastic birthday hand job. Yeah.
You know what? Don't be so prideful that you don't want to take money from a software company you helped create
Correct.
to get money for
Correct.
your cancer.
Correct.
Yeah.
If they're
That works-
offering
that works
it, you
too.
take it.
Agreed.
That's the whole theme here on this show. Get it while you can.
Agree.
All right, moving
Even if it's
on,
a sad
moving on.
handy.
All right. My number 2 is, we've mentioned him already, John Cusack in High Fidelity. Big piece of shit. All the breakups were his fault. And, it's just... And he was the protagonist the entire movie, But my number 1 is Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, that's a fucked
That's
up
a-
one when
That
you
is
rewatch
when
it.
That's
you
a-
rewa-
that's a good
now
call.
from the 90s. I remember watching it as a kid, and I'm like, oh man, he just really likes his kids and everything.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. He just wants to be involved. And
Yeah.
Sally Field's such a bitch, and
Yeah, Sally Field's
and then whenever you look back on it, it's like, so this dude, he doesn't get his shit straight. He's playing with fucking toys all the time. He can't support anybody. She boots him to the curb. He ends up cross-dressing and pretends to be a nanny just to be involved in his wife's life again and his kid's
Pierce
life again.
Brosnan.
And piece of shit,
Yeah,
man.
he's not a good dude.
And he's
That whole first
he's
scene.
heralded as like the good guy, and
Hello.
plays with dinosaurs and all. No, fuck that guy, man. I
That
mean,
whole
he's-
first
it's-
scene when
it's-
she comes home and he's just trashing the house because he's dancing with the kids. I'm like, she's been at work all day. There's no dinner now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I get like everybody has to lift equally, but you had a short day today, so like, can you get dinner on the table and not burn the fucking house? Yeah, he's a shithead
yeah,
in that movie.
complete piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
That's good. That's good.
Thank
Rip.
you.
I
felt-
like that hot take.
Yeah.
Rip
No,
Robin
no,
Williams. Go ahead, Ben. I'll
right.
go after you.
Sarah
I wasn't good
said
at this one.
Legally Blonde. I don't know what that means, but whatever.
Who? Warner?
Yeah.
Sure.
Warren?
Yeah, okay. So that guy's terrible. That's why she goes to like law school or whatever. Okay, so that was Sarah's. Sarah Marshall, Kristen Bell's character.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sarah
good.
Marshall.
That's
I
one of
was
mine.
real
You got
close
one of
to
That's really
mine.
saying
good.
that.
That's really good.
I also had Bill Kill Bill. I have Cameron Diaz, Vanilla Sky,
Oh, I
yeah,
can't
that's a good
believe I
one.
didn't
Yeah.
put that one.
and then I have Hey Linda, you're a bitch from The Wedding Singer.
Oh.
Linda from The Wedding Singer, his ex that left him or whatever.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
She's. Hey,
Hey,
don't
Linda.
get out of my Van Halen T-shirt before
Yeah,
you
yeah,
jinx
yeah.
it,
Jinx
and
that.
then
Break up.
and they
Yeah.
break up.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't great. I took a little comedic stance on some of these because I didn't love this, but I just had a hard time with it. I put Michelle from Swingers. She's like a toxic ex. She doesn't have a big role in the movie. Obviously, she's just a phone call, but Sarah Marshall, you got one of mine. I did David from Lost Boys. Like he stars
Oh
ex.
shit!
Like
Just like,
Kiefer Sutherland.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I like that
that's a
movie,
great
man.
call.
Yeah,
that's a
just
great call.
such a shit. And the only other one that you like, this doesn't, but Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China. He's
God
a really
damn it.
toxic ex, son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
He's trying to
man.
take
That's
the
great.
whole world
That
apart.
was good, man.
That was
great.
a good top 5. That was really good.
All right, let's do the doggy bag. What are you taking home from Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
I pretty much said it earlier, man. It's a great rewatch. I mean, you can sit down with it anytime. It's aged really well, and I think because of the practical effects and some of it, and the storytelling and the people who the cast that's in it that's grown up now. It feels a lot more valuable now seeing where they are now as opposed to 2010. So it's just grown. It's got good legs, and it's got a newer, younger fan base to put more energy behind it, and it's, I can actually sit down with it, and the kids will actually sit down on the couch and watch it with me, So it's really cool, and there's very few movies like that,
Agreed.
I like music.
It's a good music
But
movie.
everything Joel said.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't want to, like, you guys are going to say everything about this movie that I would say. So I will just say, because we didn't really get to put it in the podcast because Ben was being a fucker about it. But
Jesus.
if you see a
Just
movie
say
that's,
what you want to say.
if you see a movie that's really good, check and make sure that it didn't start as a comic book, because there's so many, like Road to Perdition was a comic book before it was a movie.
Really?
There's so many
I didn't
great
know that.
movies
Men in Black.
that started as a comic, and the comic is still really good. I Kill Giants, like, over and over and over again. If you want to tell a
It's a
story,
graphic novel, James.
yeah, whatever, graphic novel, comic book, manga. There's no cheaper way. Comics are a lot of work, but you can tell a full story in a comic book by yourself. And I don't know that there's any other media that you can actually do that. Like if you really love movies and you want to make a movie, you need a lot of people to make that happen. Even if you make a little indie underground movie, you don't need any of that to make a comic book. You can do it yourself.
Cool.
So if you have a good idea for a story, you can flesh that fully out. Anyway, comics fucking rule.
Skull and Bones.
Well done.
Check it out.
I'm gonna say Scott Pilgrim was ahead of the curve before its time. If this came out in like 2016, I think it'd be probably a bigger hit. If this was like something that came out on Netflix, it would have been like shocked the world.
Oh, yeah.
So audience have caught up to everything in this film, and geek culture is just dominant over entertainment now. So that's it. If you like this episode, like and subscribe wherever you get your fresh podcasts, and don't let all our podcasts be secret podcasts. This is boring. Delete. Mac and cheese out.